What up, what up, what up, y'all? You already know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mom92. And if y'all been on the channel recently, y'all have been following and noticed that I've been playing a lot of Pokemon recently. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. It's been really fun. I played online for a little while, decided to buy my first deck. And, after 3 weeks of playing, on my third week, I won my first local weekly or weekly local. And I want to show y'all, recap a little bit, show y'all the deck I've been using. So let's get to it. This is the deck that I won my weekly local on my third week of playing. 4 Iron Thorns EX, 2 Dragapult EX, 4 Dracloaks, 4 Dreepies, 1 Toedscool, 1 Toedscruel, 1 Radiant Alakazam, 4 Arvins, 4 Crispins, 2 Ionos, 2 Boss's Order, 1 Professor Turo Scenario, 4 Pokegears, 2 Night Stretchers, 2 Technical Machine Evolutions, 2 Ultra Balls, 1 Terra Orb, 1 Lost Vacuum, 1 Earthen Vessel, 1 Buddy Buddy Poffin, 1 Rescue Board, 1 Future Booster Energy Capsule, 1 Counter Catcher, 1 Nest Ball, 1 Precious Trolley, 4 Fire Energies, 4 Psychic Energies, 3 Electric Energies. All right. So y'all seen the list. I posted the list. Here's the list here just so y'all can keep looking at it. But I want to do something a little different. I want to recap a little bit, not really as much, because I more so want to talk about my deck, what I've learned, give you a little history, and just, so let's get to it. So I've been playing Pokemon roughly, probably about 3 months, and 3 months strictly online for the most part. And I've been playing offline for about 3 weeks. So I played online first, and I did like 1 or 2 online tournaments or something like that. But I was just grinding, trying to figure out what I want to play. Really, just learning the game because I didn't know how to play the game at all. Like I came in, bare bones, not knowing how to play. So I learned, and it's been fun. 2 of the things I always said I feel like I'd be pretty good at, or just feel like I'd be good at in general, is cards and chess. And so I decided to pursue cards this time around, and it's been fun. So I played Pokemon Pocket, right? And I used to play the regular Pokemon game when I was really young. When I got on Pocket, I was like, man, I'm gonna go hard on it, And then I realized, man, this ain't the regular game. Where are the prize cards? A deck doesn't only have 20 cards in it, et cetera, et cetera. And then next thing you know, I was like, well, where is there a game that they really play on? And then I came into Pokemon Live, right? And Pokemon Live was, man, it was a battle to get good. One of the biggest things I always say is, it's the learning phase. In the learning phase, you got to learn how, you got to be able to know what the cards do. You got to read. I had to read almost every card, just simple, just regular learning phase stuff. Started to play for a few weeks, played different decks here and there. And so, thing about me, I like to play slower decks. It doesn't have to be the slowest deck, but just slower, kind of like more so ramping, control, things like that, right? Things that aren't just, right off the bat, aggressive in your face. And my brother is the one who actually put me on Iron Thorns. Y'all see Iron Thorns. And it was Iron Thorns, just the 4 Iron Thorns at first. And then I saw somebody play Iron Thorns Dragapult in one of the tournaments. And I decided to try that. I had a little bit of control, a little bit of ramp, and I was like, let me try that. So I started to play that. I played that for about a good, probably like 6 weeks before I started playing offline, and took it to my first really locals. It was no, it wasn't local, it was casuals, and took it to my first casuals, and I actually got destroyed. I didn't know, I forgot to put my prize cards down, because I don't got the prompts no more. It's all about the prompts when you're playing, when you're playing offline. It's all about the prompts. And we were playing online. I got the prompts telling me, you sure you don't want to use energy? Are you sure you don't want to do this? You don't do that? But it failed. So I did that. I went to my first tournament on that Thursday. So the cool place does they do casuals on Wednesday, tournament on Thursday, casuals on Saturday. So I did my first casuals on that Wednesday. I did not have enough cards because I ordered my deck, didn't have enough cards. I actually traveled about 2 hours from here to get my last card. Even though it was coming to me, it was just taking too long. I couldn't wait. I was really just getting the competitive drive in me was just, wanting to play. And yeah. So I went out about 2 hours. I found the last Iron Thorns that I needed. And I went to casuals that same day. The next day I did the tournament. I think I got like 7th out of 17th. Still kind of like getting used to things, understanding like, hey, when you look through your deck, make sure you remember the cards. You can keep looking through your deck over and over. You can use some things to look through your deck and may not necessarily have to pull something out of it, but it helps you look through your deck. And just a lot of the customs, a lot of the, just I had to learn. I had to learn coming into this. I was the new guy and I came in, not stepping on anybody's toes, and I'm always willing to learn. So I went in just, fully learning. I'm still learning. I'm still asking questions. I'm the new kid on the block, basically. So, it was, I was having fun. Very, very, very welcoming community. The first day I went in there, hey, you trying to play Pokemon? Like, they just awesome people, man. So, yeah, shout outs to the cool place, participants, people that go there every week. You guys are cool as hell and very welcoming, and I appreciate that. But anyway, so yeah, going into my second week, same thing, casuals, tournament. And I don't remember where I placed, but then there was also a tournament on that Saturday, and that was for a ETB box. Where did I place in that one? I think I placed 6th in my second tournament, and I'm not sure. If I got the picture, I'll post the results on here, though. They like pop up or something. But yeah, so then that happened. In my third week, I actually came in late that day, and they put me in the bracket anyway. Thank you guys. And then I actually got my very first win on my third week, and it was cool to get the win. I know I got a long way to go, but it was cool to get the win. And I want to document it here. I want to talk about it a little bit. And yeah, I feel like I know my deck inside and out. I do feel like, there's definitely going to be some misplays. Nobody's perfect, but I understand the strategy of my deck, and yeah, it's been fun, man. And it was cool to get that win because it was just cool to see like, okay, I've always said that I'd be good at cards, and I'm not celebrating that win. I'm not, get my head too big or anything like that, but it just kind of, it makes me feel like, okay, well, let me keep going on this path. So I'm excited to say that I will be competing in the Atlanta local, or Atlanta regional, for Pokemon, in April. But yeah, so doing it again another week, this and that. So let's talk about my list. Man, my list. Okay, so my list. Like I said, I've been playing this for about 9 weeks now. Yeah, and I haven't changed it. As you can see, it's been, well, not as you can see, you guys don't know that, but I haven't changed it. It's been the same list. This is the one people typically use. And for one, I haven't changed it because I don't really have cards like that. It's hard for me to switch cards in and out because I don't really have much. So, I just started off, and, when you order cards, it takes a while to get there. Yeah. So I kind of more so been waiting for the new rotation. But anyway, I want to talk about my list. I'm going to go through each card and talk about each card individually, and the ones that don't matter, I won't really harp on them too much, but the ones that really do matter, in my opinion, I'm going to harp on. So first up is Iron Thorns. Iron Thorns is probably the card that made me feel like, man, I enjoy this game, right? It stops abilities for rule box Pokemon, and rule box Pokemon is mainly like EXs, Radiants, Vs, anybody that has a rule box on them, it stops those abilities. And the meta is we could just say rule box heavy. So when he's in the active position, he just stops the ability of what they're trying to do. Man, being a slower player trying to get my things going, it just feels so good to have him in the active position. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, I mean, I enjoy it. A lot of people don't enjoy Iron Thorns, but I definitely enjoy playing Iron Thorns. Now, me and Iron Thorns have a love-hate relationship. I personally feel like, this is how, I've been saying this for a little while now. And I personally feel like if you're playing Iron Thorns, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure because I'm still, I'm getting there, but it feels like it's better to play the four Iron Thorns, that deck, the one with only 4 Iron Thorns, and that's it for Pokemon, because Iron Thorns never leaves the active position. And it just feels better. When I'm playing Iron Thorns, Dragapult, there's sometimes where I don't draw my Iron Thorns first, and it just doesn't feel like the same game. It almost feels like when I don't get him first, and I can't like get him out easily, it almost feels like he shouldn't even be in the deck, because I don't really put him to the active position after that, because you kind of want him to get the first energy on him, right? So I want to talk about that a little bit too. So the strategy behind the deck, before I get way into it, is you want to go second. You want to go second because you want to be able to use TM Evo on your first turn. You want to be able to attack first. So the strategy most of the time is Iron Thorns with an Arven in hand, and if you have those 2 cards, or if you have those 2 cards, you get the party started. You use Arven to grab your precious trolley, you put all your Pokemon down, and you use TM Evo with an energy. You gotta have, because you get TM Evo from Arven, and you attach an energy, attach TM Evo. You use evolution, which allows you to get your Dreepy started, which, like I said, gets the party started. And having that first energy on Iron Thorns is very important. And having Iron Thorns in the active position in general is very important. And I feel like if you don't have that, the deck, it doesn't fall apart, but it's not the full potential of the deck. So like I said, we have a love-hate relationship, because a lot of times I don't get them and I have to go a different way. But been playing over and over has taught me to go those different ways and be confident going those ways. But so yeah, Iron Thorns, that's Iron Thorns, y'all. And like I said, I love Iron Thorns. It's going to be hard for me to transition from him because I enjoy him so much, and I enjoy that he slows the game down. And he will continue to slow the game down for, I think, the next season at least. So I don't know, we'll see if I keep going into him, but he's like the main component of the deck. And yeah, he's the party starter. So yeah. Now Dragapult EX. I love Dragapult EX. I love Dragapult EX because he not only does 200 damage, but he places 6 damage counters any way you like on the bench. Any way that you like. Any way that you like is ridiculous, man. I've gotten so many, 4 prize turns, 3 prize turns. I even got a 5 prize turn before just by placing damage counters. And I just love it. I enjoy building him up, getting to him, putting down those damage counters, boom, 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 and just, knocking on the door, because a lot of times Pokemon are like 210, 230, 260, and you're able to bring them down to that 200 point, to where if they push them in, if you kill the main, they push them in, you just get a free kill. And just doing that and manipulating that on the board, controlling the board, it is too good. And so I enjoy that. Jacloak. I think Jacloak is the most powerful card, or one of the most powerful cards in this deck. And the reason why I think that is because of the draw power. Using Recon, it's too good. Be able to draw 2 cards, look at one that you want, put the one to the bottom of your deck, put one in your hand. You get what you need at the time. You essentially are drawing, because if you evolve from Team Evo, like the strategy I said, you're essentially drawing 3 cards every single turn. And that's just the next turn, you're drawing 3 cards on your second turn, and it is too good. And you get the party started faster. It speeds things up. It's just a good draw engine in general that you can keep using. And not gonna really talk about Dreepy too much. It's just the starter for Jacloak, and it's just, or for Dragapult, and that's the way that you get up there. Toadscrew. I want to talk about Toadscrew. Toadscrew is a good card. Me and Toadscrew also have a love-hate relationship, because a lot of people target your Toadscrew and they'll pull him into the active position, because he does have a 2-cost retreat, and that really does mess me up sometimes, because 2 cost retreat is kind of like, do I want to, you know what I'm saying? Do I want to use the resources to get him out of there? Do I even want to have to deal with them putting him up there to have to get him out of there? But it really is good when your opponent has night stretchers and just things to get the stuff out of the discard pile to their hand, abilities or cards. So Toe Screw is really good. Really another good control card. Kind of just stops your opponent from doing things. Makes them think twice about how to play against you. Now my favorite card in the deck, Alakazam. Man, I love Alakazam. And when he rotates in April, I'm going to be a sad boy. Alakazam, Painful Spoons, move 2 counters from one Pokemon, from one of your opponent's Pokemon to the other one. And man, when I tell you, he sets up Dragapult so nicely. Woo, he sets him up. I love Alakazam. And I think I don't think, he is definitely my favorite card in the whole entire deck. And I just love the way that he works. And like I said, I'm going to be sad when he leaves in April, but I'm going to have fun with him before he goes. Let's talk about Arven. Arven is one of those cards you're going to see in every single deck. He's going to grab an item card and a tool. And it just completes the deck so well. You got to run 4. 4 is just that magic number to where it's just more chances to get more Pokemon, more chances to get the TM Evos, more chances to get the Precious Trolleys, the Featured Booster, whatever you need. Arven is going to help you. Crispin. Now, Crispin is one of those cards that I didn't really understand at first. How good it was, but after going on, I see how good it is. You get an energy to your hand, you put an energy on the board. That's essentially putting 2 energy down if you want to use it like that. And it powers your Iron Thorns up for that next turn, or you get 2 energies to power your Dragapult up. He only takes 2 energies, Fire, Psychic, to go ahead and start knocking with that 200. And that's where Recon is good once again, because if you don't have Crispin now, you get into it. Iono, I personally believe is one of the best control cards in the game, because Iono, you really do get to say, hey, no, that big hand that you got, or maybe that game winning hand that you might just have, I'm taking that away from you. You draw as many for prizes that you have. You got 1 prize, you're drawing 1. You got 6 prizes, you're drawing 6. If I get behind, Iono, man, it's been such a game changer. People lose because they might have that game winning hand. They accumulated so many cards, Iono, and then they don't know what to do. It's happened to me before where I can't come back because now I didn't drew 2 cards. I had the game winning hand. All he needs to do is end his turn, but it'd be like that. Boss's Order. Boss's Order is one of those cards. It's cheap, man. It's cheap. Being able to pull in whatever Pokemon you want, that's cheap. There's not much to say about Boss's Order. You're gonna lose games off Boss's Order. You're gonna win games using Boss's Order. It's just one of those cards. Professor Turo's Scenario is really good because it's essentially a heal. You pull a Pokemon from the board to your hand, they're gonna kill something, or if you want to move something out of the active position without using energy or anything like that, Professor Turo. So that's always good for a good strategy. Pokegear, what that does is you look at the top 7 cards, pick a supporter. That is really good in getting your Armors, your Crispins, your Ionos, your Boss's Order, your Professor. This kind of helps you out. It's another card to help you find things, more consistently. And so that does work really well. Night Stretcher. Night Stretcher is another one of those cards that it will help you win the game, I feel like. Being able to pull any Pokemon you want, being able to pull any energy you want, and, maybe evolving something, maybe putting something back on the board that just died, to use again. So I like Night Stretcher. TM Evo. TM Evo is the heart of the deck. Without TM Evo, I don't know how this deck would do. You need to be able to evolve like that. Since Iron Thorns can't attack early, he takes 3 energy to attack. So TM Evo is really good for the deck, and I think that's going to be one of the staple cards going into the rotation because we're getting a lot of item stoppers with Badoo, and I think there's a couple more cards that stop items. But the point is, TM Evo is going to be the card to essentially help you evolve. And then we have Ultra Ball. So Ultra Ball is really good. Ultra Ball is just another way to get Pokemon. It's a very simple card. Get Pokemon, help you do things, help you evolve, help you get what you need, early game. Terra Orb just let you search for a Dragapult EX for my deck. Let you search for a Terra Pokemon. So it's just another way to search for what you need. Future Booster Energy capsule. That card is really good. It gives your Iron Thorns 20 more damage, pretty much future Pokemon. So Iron Thorns for my deck. 20 damage, no retreat cost. Really good to get out of the active position. Really good to do a little more damage. Sometimes you need that little 20 more damage. And yeah, it's just good in general. Because Iron Thorns has a 4 retreat cost. So Lost Vacuum. So personally, I was talking about this recently. Lost Vacuum, I don't know what is gonna happen without cards like Lost Vacuum and Canceling Cologne and things like that, because Lost Vacuum seems like it's one of those cards that's kind of like a staple, and being able to take an item away or a stadium away, without bumping it with the stadium or something like that, man, I don't know. It's gonna be weird not to have something like that. It saved me a lot, so I'm gonna be sad when that goes too. Earthen Vessel, just another way to get energy, another way to accumulate energy, kind of thin your deck out. Buddy Popping, same thing. You just looking for Pokemon, thin your deck out, or it's another pseudo Precious Trolley. If you don't have Precious Trolley, like if you prized it, so that's cool too. Rescue Board just allows you to have one less retreat cost. Really good for those two cost retreaters, and sometimes the one cost retreater because it costs nothing. So yeah. Counter Catcher, if you're behind some of the boss's order, really good. I feel like. Since my deck is a little slower. Nest Ball, once again, just allows you to look for something that you need at the moment, or just another, way to say, well, I don't have Precious Trolley, Buddy Poff, and Ultra Ball. I need to get something now. Hey, let's do something. Then you got your fire energies, standard psychic energies, and your electric energies. Yeah, so that's pretty much my deck. A couple little strategies I developed while playing my deck over and over and over is, for one, I used to put, if I use Precious Trolley, I used to put Iron Thorns down. So I have Iron Thorns in active. Iron Thorns goes on the bench. Dreepy, Toad School, Alakazam. And I changed that whole strategy around after playing a few weeks. I changed that whole strategy around. I was like, well, that's kind of dumb to put Iron Thorns back there, because once you use your Iron Thorns once, you'll never really use him again. At least in my experience, because he just, like I said, once he's gone, he just doesn't feel, once he's done his job, it doesn't feel like you need to keep using him anymore. You want to use Dragapult. Once he slowed that game down enough for you to get a Dragapult like online with the cards in your hand from the Dracloaks, he doesn't feel useful like that anymore. And your deck is here. It's kind of like, why would I go backwards when I ramped up? You know what I mean? So I don't put another one down. I pretty much discard them with Ultra Balls and things like that. Yeah, there's never been a time where I just put them down again. Only time I would do something like that is if the deck is like weak to electric or something, and I just need something, or like a body. You know what I mean? So I put more so nowadays. I'll put like either 3 or 4 Dreepies, a Toad School, and an Alakazam. Alakazam will go down 100% of the time. Toad School is a little iffy, but most of the time I have done 4 Dreepies, Alakazam. Another thing about the Toad School, like I said, he's more of a late game card, I feel like, and I just don't sometimes feel the need to put him down early, and I want to get those Dreepies out there so I can just keep powering up. If I can get 4 Dracloaks, if I look through my deck and I see I got 4 Dracloaks, I'll put 4 Dreepies down, and we'll just try to build all those up to always have those Dragapults online when I need them. So that's been a strategy that I developed, just kind of like, something that, like I said, I've developed as playing. Another thing too that I never thought about until I played in my my first tournament actually, was I put Iron Thorns down. So just imagine I put Iron Thorns down in the active position, and I put my Dreepies down. Now this is a setup. Iron Thorns, 2 Dreepies, and and then my opponent goes first. So my opponent does his turn. He drew, I think he drew an Iron Bundle, and Iron Bundle, what he does is he uses a thing called Hyper Blower, and it forces your opponent to switch out his Pokemon. I can choose my Pokemon, but I have a Dreepy, and he wanted to get my Dreepy out of there so he could use all his abilities on that first turn. He built his board up, and it was just ridiculous. And the strategy that I personally thought about was, and I'm sure it's common, but like I said, it came to me just thinking about the matches and stuff, was, why would I put anything else other than Iron Thorns out there on that first turn? And the reason why I say that is because it doesn't allow my opponent to switch them out. And it doesn't allow my opponent to do anything unless they have like Canceling Cologne or another card that stops abilities or something. And don't put my Dreepies down. Don't put anything down until it's my turn, because they can't attack. They can't kill my Iron Thorns. So why would I allow them to be able to push anything else up when I can just have my Iron Thorns there and have to deal with just him? So that's a strategy that I thought about, and I've been doing that, and it's been working for me whenever I draw Iron Thorns first. So yeah. This is a couple of things. I don't want to get too into it because I don't want to make the video too long. But yes, guys, that is my deck profile. This is the deck that, once again, I use to win a local, or I guess win my first time winning a local on my third week of playing offline Pokemon TCG. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the boy, because like I always say, man, it's free 90 free. Help a brother out. Peace.